Hello guys and welcome back to another video. In today's video I will work in cooperation with Super D. He did a unit tier survey and I will fill this out with you together, and I didn't read it before, but I think it's a good idea to see what the people think about the balancing and what the people think about the units, how strong the units are. You can choose here. Here you have to fill your in-game name. So yeah, let's start. I will fill it up. And my profile. Here we have a problem. Okay, I will choose the resistance as mine profile, but I think it will be better in the survey when we can choose buff fractions, because I play buff fractions. And for a half year I would say I'm a resistance player, but now I will say I am a resistance and a confederation player. So here you have the first unit, the assault from the confederation, and yeah, S is this unit is aimbar and F is this unit is very bad. Yeah, I am right. So the assault, let's see. You have to ask you different questions. How strong is this unit alone? How strong is this unit in a combination with other units? How much commander points you need for these units? How much resources you need for these units? How fast is this unit? And what you can do else with this unit. I think that the riflemans are not bad because they are very cheap. They are very fast, and they cost not much resources, and they are very important to scout out containers in the beginning. And yeah, you can also you need them for the confederation. You need them a lot, I think, because you also need them to scout out the fog sometimes. I think it's yeah, alone this unit is not very strong. I think C is here the right choice. So heavy assault from confederation. Yeah, the heavy assault from confederation have one difference to the assault from the resistance. It can attack helicopters with his rockets, and this make this unit a little bit stronger. Yeah, but okay, and most of the times you use it only against other players when they play full tanks, full 4 vehicles, and I think you don't need them much. That's my opinion. So I also decide me for C. This unit is only good in some situations. Fire assault. Yeah, the fire assault was long time not very good, but it got a little bit stronger. The good thing is during the jump it takes no damage, and you can jump into the cloud of enemies chameleon to scout out the units in the fog. Yeah, but you don't need these units for everything. So I chose also here, it's only middle good because you don't play much with it. The fortress. Yeah, the fortress is yeah, it's not strong, it's very slow, but in the beginning it's very good to hold flags, for example, because it can kill 2 or 3 coyotes, and only when the enemy is playing with the coyotes with micro, then it can kill a fortress. But this needs time, and you have to focus on this micro. I think this unit is also C, because you don't play much with it. And most of the times you play in the beginning of a game with it, or you play with it when you see the enemy use armadillo to make mines. So I chose this, but it's very strong against enemy infantry, against all types of infantry, also against grenadiers. It's a very strong unit. Yeah, okay, let's see. No, I stay here. The hammer. Yeah, I think The hammer can be very strong because it's cheap and you need not much commander points. That's the ground why I think the hammer is very strong, but only in mass. As a lone standing unit, it's yeah, nothing special. So I say, yeah, it's B. It's a little bit stronger than the other choices I did before. I see it often in the game, and it's often very difficult to play against hammers when they are combined with AVR or with shield. It's also very strong. Yeah, it's really difficult to play against hammers when they are coming in masses because only 2 commander points and you can make a lot of hammers. So B. The Zeus. Yeah, the Zeus is the strongest vehicle, I would say, but it's slow. It's very slow. Also, a problem in this survey is for what rank I decide what units are strong or not strong. I think the Zeus become very strong in high ranks because it will have more range. In low ranks, the Jaguar, for example, have more range than the Zeus, and it's much more difficult for Zeus to kill Jaguars than later. Later you will have it also easier against Chameleon, I think, because the Jaguars are firing so soon against your Zeus before you are in range to do something. Later the Chameleon is we stay at the Zeus in the moment. I decide to make this survey for rank 24, I think. And yeah, Zeus is very powerful. I think it's A. It's really very powerful. It also can attack helicopters. They have a lot of HP, a lot of armor, makes a lot of damage. But it's slow. It's really slow. Typhoon. Yeah. The Typhoon is cheap. The Typhoon need not much commander points, only 2. Typhoon is slow. Typhoon can't defend itself against other units because it have only anti-air. But the anti-air of the Typhoon is very strong. So I make this survey for the Typhoon only in the expect for the anti-air, and there I think it's very good because it need not much commander points, it's fast produced, and the anti-air missiles are very strong. The most of the low rank players will say the Porcupine is more imba because it have a machine gun, but in the high ranks most of the people don't use any types of infantry anymore, and that's the ground why the Porcupine's machine gun is not longer counted for this survey. There only the anti-air is important, and the anti-air from the Porcupine is not like the anti-air from the Typhoon. The Torrent. Yeah, Torrents are slow and Torrents are easy to kill, but when you play against a Torrent or you play with a Torrent against a group of, let's say, 10 Jaguars, and you attack the Jaguars in position, you are able to kill all Jaguars with 4 Torrents. Or you can force fire at the cloud of Chameleon and you can kill the most of the army. I think the Torrent is very strong, but like all units, I can't say it's strong as a alone standing unit. Only in some situations. So let's say it's also B. Energy Shield. Yeah, that is one of the strongest units in the game, like Chameleon and like some other units. And yeah, this is one of the only units I give a imba, yeah, because it is very strong and it is very hard to kill a shield Zeus army in high ranks. It have so much armor and reduce the damage a lot. Yeah, that's my opinion. Cyclone. Yeah, before the new AVIA update was coming, I would say the Cyclone is here, but Cyclone are cheaper now and need also only 2 commander points. I say a Cyclone as a alone standing unit is nothing special, it's very weak, but in masses a Cyclone can be very dangerous and it's a big problem to kill them. I would say it's A, or let's say B. Vertex. Vertex is the king of the aviation. They are very fast, very agile and very strong. Vertex ignore anti-air of resistance because they are so fast that some anti-air missiles don't hit. They explode before they hit the Vertex. And I will say the Vertex is on S. Tor. Yeah, I like to play with it when I play with Confederation and I hate it to play against it when I am playing with the Resistance. Same like Vertex. It's very strong. Why it's very strong? It's fast and it's hard to kill it because it have a lot of armor as a bomber and it makes a lot of damage. Really a lot. It can kill a chameleon with one hit and it don't need to hit it directly. Sometimes it's enough to bomb in the near of the chameleon and it's dead. So, Delta. Delta as a lone standing unit is like an armadillo, I would say. But a Delta is a big problem for resistance players and it's very nice to play with it as a Confederation player. When I play with 2 shipyards and build up 5 or 6 deltas, it can be enough to kill the enemy or nerf him endless to slow down his base development, because a delta have a very high range. In the beginning of a game you can only make naval platforms against it when it's coming from the sea, but when it's coming from the land you can make only cannon towers or jaguars. It can kill helicopters, it can kill grenadiers. All these units have not the range like the Delta with a Sea Strike boost. Sea Strike boost and Delta is really imba. I give this unit a S. So, Viking. Yeah, Viking is stronger than the Alligator now. It's very hard to play against it and it's very nice to play with it. The only problem from a Viking is that it have no anti-air, but it is enough to make 2 or 3 Poseidons to defend your Vikings against aviation. So I will give also this unit a Poseidon. Yeah, Poseidon can do nothing against the Alligator, but a Poseidon is like a second HQ, that's my opinion. It's very hard to kill and I will give a Poseidon also a. And we go to the Rifleman from the Resistance. Yeah. Here the same like the Rifleman from the Confederation. It's middle good. You don't need it. You need it every game to scout out the containers. And I use it to hide it in the forest, but as a lone standing unit, it's not an important unit to attack or defend, only in the low ranks, but not in the high ranks. Grenadier from the Resistance is not like the Grenadier from the Confederation. It's useless against Cyclones, and yeah, you can use it against Zeus, but who use it against Zeus? I only use it against Zeus when the enemy is coming with Zeus and I have nothing else to defend myself. The enemy destroyed my Regal factory for Jaguars and I built up some barracks to level 2 fast to make some Grenadiers. Or when the enemy is coming with hammers, but also against hammers in the high ranks it's very difficult to play with it because the Grenadier is too slow, so I give this unit only a D. The Sniper from the Resistance is the most useless unit, that's my opinion. for the sniper. It have no chance against fire assaults from the Confederation. And yeah, the sniper is good in low ranks. Yeah, there you can use it, but in high ranks, the other units have too much armor and HP, and also the buildings are too strong. You can't use it anymore. It's too weak. It's really too weak. So I give this unit only a B. In low ranks it's good, but that's it. Coyote, yeah. A coyote. What I can say about the coyote. The coyote is fast, and the coyote is good to scout out the enemy's bases. And the coyote is good for early flag control, but that's it. The coyote is not good for anything else. Only for defend, for scout out and for take the control of maps. So this unit also have only a D. So Armadillo. Armadillo is a little bit weaker than the opposite, the hammer, but it need more commander points. It have 3 commander points. It have his mines, but the mines, yeah, I don't like mines because they are. I like it to use mines, but it's so it's not often. You need a map where you have tight ways, yeah, where you can be sure the enemy is coming from this way, and your mines will hit. But you waste so much resources to use mines in some situations, and the enemy is not thriving over this. But yeah, I will think this unit is. Nah, I say it's here. I say it's here. Chagara, the recall from the resistance. Yeah, it's fast like a hammer, and it have a big range when it's in position, and that makes also a lot of damage. I like it to play with Jaguars, and yeah, I also say that Jaguars are very strong, and in every game you need them, or you play with it, or in most of the games it has the A. So the Porcupine in low ranks, I would give this unit higher opinion. But here, like I said, the machine gun is not longer useful in the high ranks, because there are no more infantry, and it's expensive, and the anti-air missiles from the Porcupine are not the best from the cake. So my opinion from the Porcupine is middle good. So the Mammoth the same. Because it's slow, and yeah, I play not often with Mammoth. I play more with Torrents with Confederation than with Mammoth with Resistance. Why? Yeah, it's easy to kill, it's very slow, and I think it's better to make some other units than a Mammoth, because it makes not much damage. It makes a little bit more damage on point than a Torrent, but the Torrent have damage on a high radius. So I like the Torrent more than the Mammoth. I think it would be better when the Mammoth make more damage to need more damage. That's my opinion. The Chameleon, yeah, Chameleon is imba. No, I think it's same like the Shield. With the Chameleon you have a lot of combinations. A little bit more than with Shield, because you can, for example, you have 3 Chameleons. You have 1 Chameleon with 1 Jaguar. That's only a example. And you send out 1 Chameleon with 1 Jaguar to the enemy's base from one side. So the most of the enemies think he's attacking me from this side with his mine army, and they send all his groups on this side, but you have only 1 Jaguar there and 1 Chameleon, And then you have 2 other chameleons with 10 jaguars, and you use them from another side. Yeah, the enemies don't know in that. But with a shield, you can't do things like that, because it don't hide your unit. But on the other side, it reduces the damage very much in the high ranks. So it's the same, but yeah, you can use them for different things. I think the chameleon is more tactical, it's more difficult to micro it, and it's easier to kill a chameleon than a shield. But yeah, it's same powerful. It is so. Buff units are powerful. Dragonfly, yeah. Dragonfly is only here for me. I don't play it often. On some border maps I play with dragonflies, or against hammers they are useful, but they are not like cyclones. They need 3 commander points. That's a thing I don't understand with this unit, so only a C. The Hawk, yeah, the Hawk. Hawk is not like a vertex, it's my opinion. I use Hawks to scout out. I use also Hawks to defend myself against Thor. I have no other unit what can attack Thors in the air. It's very hard to use it against Thor because it's slower than a vertex, and yeah, Thor have not the Hawk have not much more speed than a Thor, so it's very difficult to hit them. Hawk is not agile like a vertex in a 1 versus 1 or Hawk. Most of the times you lose, and it dies very fast against enemies anti-air, and yeah, how I said, vertex can ignore it sometimes, so Hawk have for me only a E. Albatros got from me a S. It's much slower than a Thor, much more slower, but it have some more armor than a Thor. It makes the same damage, but it have 1 bomb more. It's easier to kill an Albatros with the Confederation than kill a Thor with the Resistance, but Albatros is same useful than a Thor. When you play with Resistance against Confederation, or with Confederation against Resistance, and buff units play buff players play with bombers, then it's the same. Yeah, it can make a lot of damage to the enemy's buildings, and I like the new update that now also Albatros can be used against Confederation and not longer Thor against Resistance. So the Kaiman, yeah, the Kaiman is very fast to scout out containers. It's cheap. It have also a good range, not like Delta, but also good, and it can make mines. I would say Delta is here. Alligator is not powerful like a Viking, but it have anti-air that makes Alligator very strong. I must look what I did here. Yeah, I will give the Alligator this, and a Barracuda. In the most of the fights on water I use a Barracuda only against Resistance. It's not often that I use it against Confederation, because Vikings kill it easy, more easy than an Alligator kill a Poseidon. So this unit is for me only here. So yeah, that's my opinion. I hope you also will make this survey. You can find a link for the survey in the description of this video. Thanks for Super D, that's a nice idea. And yeah, it's not from Gear Games, it's from Super D, and maybe we will show it the development. Maybe it helps out when they look at the opinion from some people. More opinions are better, and yeah, I hope you also will do it. I think it's a nice thing, and thanks for watching it. Bye guys!